back in today's video. We're going to be playing skylines in today's video. Well, we expand our highway some more. I'll talk a bit more about that because it changed into a 6-lane road instead of the split highway. And we also finish up the city along the highway, at least on the city side, not on the industrial side. That we'll do probably in the next episode or in the near future in terms of the series. But I first started off by building some more commercial near the entrance to our city via highway, or the first one, the original one. In this episode, we do add a couple more technically, even though it's really just like one or two, but we do add some more, and this ends up getting rid of all our traffic troubles down here. And I also end up redesigning the highway a little bit, and once the buildings and all that come in. But I'll talk more about that in a minute. And so I made this 6-lane large avenue, and I wanted to copy somehow New York has, where if you ever have been to New York and been along the coast, or not along the coast, but been along the Hudson River on Manhattan, they have a 6-lane, I think it's considered a highway, but I could be wrong, but just a large avenue right along the coast, and I wanted to copy that with this. And so I'm just having our highway be joined together, become the 6-lane road. And now I'll just continue wrapping around the coast, and then we'll probably eventually merge back in with the highway at some point, or it will just dissipate into a couple of other large avenues. I don't know entirely yet, but what I do know is it will follow the coast, and it will basically be the highway inside the city. But I then came back over to here to then continue expanding commercial into this area. And so I just built in the roads, got rid of these power lines just this way the zoning wasn't screwed with these. And so once those got taken out, we could then obviously put in the zoning, and then all the buildings would be all nice. Connected everything in with power, and then I came up to the train tracks. And due to me not wanting to do a crossing here, since this is technically a highway and I don't want to have the tracks crossing in large avenue or just like the highway technically, I wanted to make tracks raised, but I made it to where it's super smooth. And once it was super smooth, I just continued to work with finishing up the city, near the highway at least. And then after taking in and seeing how we could improve our new large avenue here, I saw there was a hole of cars getting backed up here, and because City Skylines is a bit weird, with the nodes in the road, which are the blue dots if you don't know, if they're too close together, it makes it to where, at least in vanilla without mods, the cars will stop in the intersection even though they don't need to. So I just rearrange the roads a bit just in this way I could get rid of that. And then I also started adding a couple more entrances into the city off this large avenue, and so I added in one over here near the residential area, and then I just leveled up the ground here just in this way. It was a bit more seamless with our road here, and then we didn't have this big ditch here, or at least dip in the land. And I added in, I think, 3 extra places, the 2 over there obviously, and then I did add in 1 over here. But I then also smoothed out the ground a bit more since this way it's more level, and then I continued this right here just since this way it came closer to our highway. And I also wanted to add in a big skyscraper here, and so this is currently the tallest building in the city, but that will probably change at some point. But I built in this, and I just did a simple trick to where I could have an angled road but still keep the building straight. I just made a straight road, placed the building down, and I just deleted that straight road and then put in an angled building, and or angled road, sorry. And with that, it did cause a couple problems, but I just did it again, even though I had to get rid of the building, and so I just did the same method. And then because that building's still there and it's close enough to where it gets road access, I just need to add in some parking. Add in the parking, which, because this is a super large building, this would piggyback off a couple of our parking lots in the general area. And also I just added in a whole ton of parking with 2 different parking lots. I built the one over there, obviously, and then I built the second one here now. And then I also have just some ground level parking 2 in front of it, and I also put in this nice little plaza here. Just so this way that workers would have a place just to relax and just stay at. Which I was going to make it park originally, but the parks didn't fit in nicely, and then I just found a plaza that fit in well with the area. And then the big thing just to finish off this area along the highway here is that I just did a road that goes parallel to the highway. You see this somewhat often in cities and just near highways where they'll have a small road that just kind of follows the highway. And this just allows for businesses and different things just to be built up along the highway and just near it in this way. Well, obviously the city can maximize the land it has, and also then they can just have some more businesses. But in the highway here, I just made it all concrete. So I made the median in between concrete, and then I also made this little strip in between the road and the highway concrete. So obviously, as I just said, everything's concrete here. And then on this little grass spot here, I just filled it in with a tree. Just figured to do it just as a little style thing. And then I got rid of any trees that were on the concrete because obviously that wouldn't have been there. And then I also put in sound barriers all along this highway. The sound barriers will allow for a wall stopping people from running onto the highway and getting hit by cars, obviously. And also just gets rid of the sound for the citizens and just businesses in the city, so this way they don't need to hear the car noises as much. And I did just continue the concrete going along even in the road end here, at least for the median, not on the sides, but just kept it going in the median, and I also kept putting sound barriers along the highway. And then I came over here to add in some more commercial, and this would be the leisure commercial, which is like nightclubs and stuff. And then I also added in another thing just to bring in some more tourism technically to the city, but it's more so for shopping. And it is just to add in a strip mall, and it's essentially just a couple of stores just all along the line in one big building, basically. If you don't know what a strip mall is, that's well what it is. And then I added in parking for it, as always, and just filled in the parking like areas with concrete. And then I also added in the back here, made it some more parking too. And so now that we had all that in, it just matched it all up, and I made any of the grass spaces that were there now, you guessed it, concrete. And then I just put in the districts just in this way everything here would be leisure, and this will bring in more tourism. And then I also just finished out the districts for all the buildings that weren't in it, at least that we put in this video. Over here, I'll leave it for another district. But that'll be it for this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't, like, subscribe, and do see you next one. Bye!